in-laws. So, yeah. Um, we took my nieces, my nephews, who are two, both of them are 5, and their 6-year-old sister, shopping today for Christmas, and let them buy, and we gave them the money, and they gave it to the cashier, and they just had the best time. So it was hilarious, very
I
very
don't
funny.
like Christmas shopping. I mean, yeah, the streets are so crowded and everyone looks like crazy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. But with the kids, we took them to dollar stores, so really cheap stores, and they could go and I gave them I think I gave them $20 today, and they bought about 15 gifts. So it was great. Hello, Victor. How are you today?
Hi, Holly. I'm
I
fine. How
love
about you?
very good. I like your Rubik's cube. Where are you from, Victor?
I'm from Russia.
Russia. Okay,
Yeah,
welcome, welcome,
thank
and
you.
welcome again, Pat. Nice to see you again.
Welcome, teacher.
It's
Nice
been a
to see
long
you
time.
again, teacher.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen both Pat and Khalid and Aratheli. What, 2 seconds, 2 minutes? So
Yeah.
anyway, welcome everybody. And so Victor, you guys, this is a normal week in Russia, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't celebrate Christmas in December.
Uh-huh.
We do
Yeah.
it in January.
January. And then Khalid, you guys have a normal week. Or were you the person that was telling me that you had a holiday this
Tomorrow,
week?
yes.
Yeah,
Independence,
okay.
Independence Day, yeah.
Independence Day, yeah. And Pat, is it also a normal week in Thailand this week?
Yes, this week
Yeah.
is normal week.
Okay. Yeah, so next week will be the big New Year's for pretty much everybody. So
Yeah.
Yes.
so I think everybody celebrates. So let's go ahead and get started. This lesson today, for this hour, is on a phrasal verb with the word let. So we will practice that, and we'll see how this goes. Can you guys think of some different meanings of let? Can anybody think of different meanings of the word let?
Let go, different. There's let me. Let me.
Okay.
Let me say. Let
Okay.
me go. Let me go. There's difference here.
Okay. So let go and let me
Yeah.
say. Okay. And it has a completely different meaning. All right. Can you guys think of as anything else?
When you say let's do something.
Okay. So let us see if the computers. Let's do something. Something. And then we have let go. But we'll let go of let go of something, or what was the other example? Let me do something.
Let it be.
Something. Let it be. That's the song. Let it
Yeah.
be. Let it be. Any
Or
other examples?
let me be.
Let me be. Okay. What does let me be mean?
I mean, go away.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any others things you can think of? So okay, let's go on. What we're going to do, it says matching work with a partner, but of course in this situation we're going to work together. So match the word to the idiom. What do you think the expressions mean? Okay, so let's start with number 1. Victor, could you do this one?
Gosh, those chocolates look wonderful. Let me see. I'll have the hazelnut swirl.
And that's basically this time of year with all the chocolates. Now, for those of you in countries, Victor, Pat, and Khalid, you're in countries that don't celebrate Christmas, do you still have a lot of chocolate this time of year because of New Year's?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
begun in beginning of December.
Okay. So the
So, yeah.
chocolate companies are still around, okay? And how about in Spain, Anna? Do you guys give a lot of chocolate for Christmas presents?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Chocolates. There are several sweets. Maybe with chocolate. Some of them.
Mhm. Okay.
But something special with chocolate for these days.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay. Artheli, are you familiar? Do people give a lot of chocolate for Christmas gifts, or is that just in other countries?
Yes, well, we can have some chocolates and maybe give the kids some chocolates, but there are traditional sweets this time of year, and they are the ones you are more likely to see. So
Okay,
I
so
don't know. Yes, we have several traditional sweets.
mhm.
I don't know if you have heard, probably not. I'll find a picture and I
Okay,
can share it with you.
perfect. That would be nice to see. We have in Finland. These were really common. These kind of chocolate, not really with the heart, because that's Valentine's, but during the rest of it, you would get um, 4 or 5 different boxes. If you let's say if you held a party or anything, people would come in with all these boxes of chocolate, and people would regift them as well. So they'd get a box of chocolate from one family, and then they'd give it away to somebody else. So are you guys familiar with that concept of
Yes,
to
I'm just
to
today.
regift?
I'm thinking today because we will have a visit to our doctor in the university. He is now, I mean, he's sick, and he's maybe left the university,
Uh-huh.
and we decide to visit him in his home. And so today in the morning, I'm thinking what I should take with me. So I'm thinking to take one of the chocolate boxes, something, because
Yeah.
we usually take the chocolate when we visit somebody in the hospital or in the home when he get out from the hospital. Also
Mhm.
in the party, family, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really similar to the Finnish way as well. The American way, I don't know. I never saw as much chocolate until I moved there. So, but anyway, let's go to number 2.
Sorry, Jorge, I have a
Yes.
question.
Uh-huh.
Is it similar to Let Me Think?
Um,
Let me think.
let me think. Yes, you can actually do that. Let me think. I'll have the hazelnut swirl.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Good question. Number 2, Pat, can you read that one?
Bob has rarely let himself off. He used to be a model.
Okay, so he's really let himself go.
Go.
Okay, so what does it
Okay.
mean? What does it mean to let yourself go? Anybody have an idea?
I think it means when you don't take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you don't exercise and you get fat, or you are not, you don't take time dressing or making your hair. You forget about your health and
Mm-hmm.
appearance.
And his maybe forget his. I mean, maybe he was sympathetic and he's not take care of his body or her body, something like maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So to let yourself go, yeah, yeah, definitely. Hygiene if somebody who lets themselves go, they gain weight, they have less, their hygiene is not very good, maybe clothing, they don't care about their clothing, and there's many reasons why people let themselves go. Can you guys think of some reasons why people would let themselves go?
Especially when maybe some of the family passed away, you know, especially mother or father, maybe wife, something like this, maybe friends.
So in the process of basically when people are mourning the death death of a loved one, they might let themselves go. Okay. Any other reasons?
Alcohol.
If people have a depression emotion, depressive emotion.
Okay. So depression, alcohol and depression. Okay.
Maybe because you are very busy. For example, recent mothers where they just have their kids, their children.
Yeah.
They don't have time to have a shower.
Yes, so they're overwhelmed. Yeah, I mean, imagine a mother who has twins, and you know, and especially the first when they're really small, you can, you know, at least they're not going to move. But when they're older, when do these mothers have time to shower? So, what did you do, Araceli?
I don't know, with my daughter, who is the elder, I was really overwhelmed. But then with my son, I don't know. I think I get used to it, and it was easy.
It was fine. Yeah, because sometimes I think my sister and her husband are just really glad that I'm around, for things that like that, because she'll open my door and she'll say, "Holly, please, can I take a shower for 10 minutes?" Please. So if I'm not teaching, or if I'm not doing a project, and you know, I can help out. So, but anyway, Khalid, can you do number 3?
You really let me. You had promised that you will not be. Let me go.
No.
Okay. You had promised that you would not be late again. Let me off. Let me off.
No.
Me down.
Yes. So you really let me down. So what does that
you
mean?
let me down. Okay.
Yeah. So what's another a synonym to let somebody down? Any idea?
To disappoint.
Yeah, to disappoint.
Discipline or disappoint.
Yeah. So if you let somebody down, you've disappointed them. So
or discipline them also. You can.
Discipline? No. So if you discipline them, no. It's disappoint. So yeah. Do you know the meaning of disappoint?
Yeah, disappoint.
Okay. Yeah.
Because discipline is something is affecting. Yeah, you made him unhappy, but this point is okay. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you expect one thing, you have expectations of somebody, and then they don't meet those expectations, then you get disappointed. So, all right. Number 4. Araceli, could you read that one?
Will you let me in? I've lost my front door key.
Okay, so tell me, Araceli, when was the last time you locked yourself out of the house?
Well, I didn't, but my husband once, many years ago, he let the key inside. We were outside, but maybe we didn't have our children. Yes, it was maybe 15 years ago. But he had to climb. Some of the neighbors let him in, and he climbed over some balconies, and it was really hard for him, but it was
Wow.
his own fault because he had forgotten the key. And he managed
Wow.
to get into our house and open the door.
Oh wow. And he's never forgotten a key since then. So
No, that was the last time.
yeah. And Anna, how about you? When was the last time that you locked yourself out?
Well, a long time ago too.
Uh-huh.
I I had to call a specialist to open the door.
Uh-huh.
It cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say that. I had to stay in the street.
Mm-hmm.
My small son in those time, at least 2 hours
Oh wow.
until the specialist coming
Mm-hmm.
to my house.
Okay. So that specialist in English, we call that a locksmith.
Locks me.
Yeah, so a locksmith. So you had to wait 2 hours outside. Was it cold outside, or was it too hot, or?
No, fortunately, it was in spring. I think,
Okay.
but
Right.
it was a really problem. A
Yeah.
really problem.
Yeah. All right. And how about you, Khalid? When was the last time you locked yourself out, and what did you do?
Yeah, I think it was maybe before 4 or 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and also I asked the son of my brother. He lives in the same building to, I mean, claim the balcony and let me in my home and open the door from the
Okay.
inside.
So you asked your nephew to climb up.
Nephew.
Nephew, yeah. And
Okay, nephew.
so yeah. So yeah, I have a similar story. I'll tell you guys. Pat, how about you? When was the last time you locked yourself out of your house?
It was about 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot my key inside the room, and I went to work. And when I went back to my room after 7 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I found that I forgot my key inside, and I had to catch the taxi back to the hospital to see my roommate
Oh
and
wow.
ask for the key
Uh-huh.
from her. And since that time, I have never done that before.
You haven't done it since.
Again, because
Yeah.
now I become an OCD guy now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. And Victor, how about you?
Holly, I have a question.
Okay.
We can say nephew for for the son or the daughter of my brother, right? Or there is another for
Yeah.
just for the son.
For the daughter, it's niece.
Niece. Okay, thank you.
For the daughter, and that's for that is for a niece and nephew. Is for your brother and your sister's children,
Your sister. Okay.
and also your wives brothers and sisters' children.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
Thank you.
in English, it's the same word all the way through. So if you're married, your wife's siblings' children are still your niece and nephew, and you are their uncle or aunt if you're a woman. So I know in other languages it's a little different. So Victor, how about you? When was the last time you lost your front door key and got locked out?
You know, I never lost my front door key.
You've never?
Yeah, I'm kind of well organized with such things. But once I lost my car key.
Oh, what did you do?
Not so I lost, I leave it inside the car.
Okay, you locked yourself out of your car.
Yeah. No, it's blocked. I was outside the car. And I couldn't to get in my car.
Okay.
What did I do? It's only front doors were blocked.
Oh, okay. So you were able to get in with the back doors?
Yeah, but it took times when I guessed to get into my car from back door.
Yeah. I did something similar to that. Well, I've done it a couple times, but one time I was dropping. I had a foreign exchange student from Germany who was staying at my house, and I was dropping her off at somebody's house to go on a trip, and it was a very hot day in here in the States, and so I I had the dog in the car, and I did not want to leave the dog in the car with it so hot, so I left the car on with the air conditioner running. And then he was so excited, he went around to all the doors, and I had it was an older car, and he locked all the doors. So the car was running, and so I couldn't get in.
Smart dog.
Yeah, very smart dog. Thankfully, the foreign exchange student I had given her one of my extra keys, and thankfully she actually had it with her, so she just let me in. So I was lucky that day. And as far as locking myself out of the house, that happened to me in November, sometime right before the snowstorm that we had. If you guys heard about the snowstorm that we had in November, I was was wearing a pair of sweats with a hood on, and I was wearing slippers, and a Federal Express guy came to the door, and I was signing. He needed me to sign for a package that he was giving me, and so I stepped outside of the house because the dogs were barking really, and trying to get out and trying to see who this guy was. And the door shut, and it shut me out. And so what I did was my brother-in-law is down the street. He works down the street, and so I walked down to his office thinking he would be there and get the key. And I had basically slippers on, so I did not have shoes. And I did not have a coat. I only had a hood on the sweatshirt. So I walked down there, and he was not there. So, and then this was at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I had a class at 4, and I wasn't sure. So at his office, they let me call my mom, and my mom, who lives down the street, was in the next town and wasn't planning on being there. My sister was in the next town, or had traveled. So basically, my whole family was not here. but I was scheduled to pick up my niece, who's 6 years old, from the school bus at 3 o'clock. So what I did was I waited at her bus stop, and then I walked her back to the house, and I realized on the way back, after I picked her up, that she could fit in the doggy door. Do you guys know what a doggy door is?
More or less. It's a small door.
Yeah.
Small doors.
Then you push her in the doggy door.
Yeah.
She saved you.
Yeah, so she went through the doggy door, and she did not want to do it. She was like, please don't, but I said it was either that or I'd have to figure out how to open a window and push her through the window. So she crawled through the doggy door and then opened the door for me and let me in. And so I made it to my class, which was nice. It was good. But I was really worried I would not be able to get in. But that was that was about a month ago, a little bit, maybe 5 weeks ago.
It was really cold, and you stayed outside how much? For half an hour?
It wasn't that cold. It was probably about, in Celsius, probably about 10 degrees Celsius. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't all that cold. But and I stayed outside for about 20 minutes. So
so you could get really cold if you had stayed outside for a long time.
I could have, yeah, but I'm lucky in the fact that I'm used to cold climates. So.
Why didn't you call 911?
Because it really wasn't that much of an emergency yet. So, what I was gonna, yeah, really, what I was.
You know what's the technique we use, me and my wife, to avoid any such as problem. I have because I have the key of my flat, and also there's another key with my wife, and we put the third key in within my mom. So if I forget my key inside the house and close the door, then if my wife is not in the home, so I will go direct to the downstairs and get the extra key, the third key from my mother. So this is the backup plan. So
yeah, and my backup plan, our backup plan is also, my mom, and she wasn't there, and so, but my mom she's from old school, and in the past, in the countryside in the U.S., people don't actually lock their doors, and she never locks her doors because she always gets herself locked out. And so my backup plan was if I could not get my niece through a window or through something, we were gonna walk to her house.
Okay,
so
good.
Yeah. So Anna, this is a doggy door. It's a little door that is built in, and I think the doggy door is probably at my sister's place is probably like this. So
Yes.
it's just big enough for a dog, and a small adult, if you're slender and so forth, can usually get through a doggy door as well. So. And it depends on the size of the dog, how big the doggy door is. So.
Yes, but this is the same meaning, isn't it? Doggy.
Did I write? I spelled it wrong. That was my mistake. Sorry, it should be doggy. I spelled it wrong.
I feel confused because I don't know.
Oh, okay. No. I just saw that what I did. I wrote IE instead of Y. That was my mistake. So
Okay.
thank you for noticing that. Excellent. So
Thank you.
Anyway, let's go on to number 5. So, Anna, can you read that one?
Yes, number 5. Yes. Susan was caught speeding. Luckily, the police officer let her off. He didn't give her a ticket.
Yeah, so she was let off and didn't get a ticket. How about the rest of you? Have you ever, has a police officer let you off? Usually we'll say, he let me off with a warning.
In my case, never. But I know that in some situations that the fell isn't too serious. It's probably it was true that the police let off some relative mine.
Of yours? Okay. So a relative of mine, the police let a relative of mine off. Okay.
Okay.
Let her off. Okay. Araceli, have you ever been let off with a warning? Maybe for driving too fast or anything like that? Oh, she's gone again. Okay. Khalid, have you ever been let off with a warning?
Yes. It's sometimes it's usually the police officer like the for the license or the cars, they didn't let us off, but sometimes I was lucky and the police has let me off. Yes, just with some warning. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Pat? Have you been let off with a warning for driving too fast or anything?
Yes. I usually was let off by the police because of driving too fast. And when he understand that I am a doctor and I have emergency cases created at hospital, they always let me off.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Victor, have you been let off with a warning?
Yeah, I drive a lot.
And
often police officers let me off with warning, without warning, with a fine.
Oh, with a fine. Yeah, we got let off with a fine, but you're let off. Yeah. But okay, so you yeah, I personally, I think it's because I have not been driving for very long. I got my license when I was 26, and then when I was 27, I moved abroad and I never drove. And it wasn't until I came back to the States this last time, I started actually driving 4 years ago. So driving, more than once every 6 months. And so now I will soon have that experience sometime, but have not yet had this experience. So I've not been stopped yet. But my sister tells me I drive like a grandma, so that might be why. So okay, so let's match the meaning to the idiom. Let's write the number from exercise 2. So number 1, which idiom means not look after yourself physically?
Let go.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it's to let oneself go. Okay, so we need to have something in between the two. Let go is a little bit different meaning, but so you let yourself or oneself go. He let himself go, so forth. What does disappoint someone?
Let someone down.
Okay, yes, let someone down. How about ask for some time to think?
Let someone see.
Yeah. Usually it's let me think. Let me think. Let him think. Okay. Not punish someone.
Let someone
Let
off.
someone off.
Yes, let someone off. Or let me off. So. Okay, and open the door.
Let someone in.
Someone in.
Let someone in, yes. Okay. Now it says fill in the space using an idiom from the list above. So number 1, Anna, can you do that one?
Yes. Tom thinks too many petty criminals are let off with just a warning.
Let off with just a warning. Perfect. And number 2, Araceli. No, are you still? No, she's still gone. Khalid.
Who's my favorite member of One Direction? No, I really cannot choose. Let me down.
No.
Let me. No, I really cannot choose. Let me think. Sorry.
Yes.
Let me think.
Let me think. Okay. Number 3, Pat.
The security guard won't let anyone in unless they have a company ID card.
Perfect. Okay. Number 4, Victor.
You need to shave and get a haircut. You will let you go since you became a student again.
Yeah, so you've let yourself go. So
Yourself. Okay.
Yourself go since you became a student again. Oh, I think another reason for that people let themselves go, it's because of laziness. People are just lazy. So number 5, Araceli, no, is she back? No. Khalid, could you do number 5?
You cannot trust Bob. He always says one thing, but then but then let me down.
He lets, yeah. Then he lets he always says one thing, then he lets you down.
Lets you down.
Lets you down. And the reason for that is you can't trust Bob.
Okay.
He always says one thing, but then lets you down. Okay. All right. So let's look at some of these now. First question: has anyone let you down recently? What happened? So Victor, has anyone let you down recently? What happened?
Let me see. My daughter is recently refused to do English exam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had to choose between English and, for example, geography.
Uh-huh.
She chose geography.
Okay. And that let you down?
Yeah. I do with her exercises. I thought she will choose English.
Ah.
Yeah. And somebody from teachers said she will not successful. She won't.
She won't be
Go.
successful in
Yeah.
geography?
Yeah. No, in English.
Oh, so they told her you won't
Yeah.
be successful in English,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
believed them?
Yeah, she believed and she refused.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you've been let down recently. Yeah. How old is she?
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, she understands well. She can speak. She can understand. She can do many of exercises.
Mhm.
But
she has no confidence because of her
Yes,
teacher.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's too bad. So she'll change her mind one day, maybe. So
I hope so.
yeah. Anna, how about you? Has anyone let you down recently? What happened?
Yes. For example, my older son, when I have some different opinions, he always supports his father more than me. I feel really disappointed
Uh-huh.
because I think he is impartial in his opinions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he supports more your son than you.
Yes. Yeah. When sons are older, it's difficult. It's difficult sometimes the relationship with them. I realized that before that he always supported me, but nowadays I don't know what is the reason, but I appreciate that he is more. Um, I don't know how to say that. Is supported his father.
Okay. Maybe loyal to his father?
I don't understand. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just thinking of another word. I was thinking the word loyal. Maybe he is more loyal to his father.
Um,
Maybe.
no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
how old is your son?
What?
How old is he? Your son?
I don't understand. Sorry.
Okay. How old? What age is your son?
Yes. Sorry. 35 years
35.
old.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe for the age, I think. Maybe
Maybe.
for the age, he feels more connected with his father in at the moment than when he was younger. Because when he was younger, I think, in my opinion, he had more difficult to understand with his father because when a son is a teenager, the relationship with father is more difficult than with mother. I
Yeah.
think.
Possibly. Yeah. Yeah. You never know though. So never know. So yeah, but I think when you get into your 30s, you start realizing, not just mother and father, but your parents can be your friends too, not just, parents. But yeah, so he had more difficulty understanding when he was younger. So
Yes.
difficulty understanding. Okay, all right, thank you. Araceli, how about you? Has anyone let you down recently? What happened?
Well, really, yes, my boss
Uh-huh.
let me down recently because I was asking to be promoted, and I had been working for 3 years in this school in this department, and the boss of the chief of the department is a very old woman, so she was doing her job not very good because she was going to retire and she was retired. She didn't know how to use computers, how to make reports. So I had to work a lot to help her. and I was working a lot doing her job. So I thought when she retired, I would be promoted, but actually I wasn't, because a new teacher came to school and my boss decided to promote her instead of me. So I was really let down by that decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be really frustrating, especially since sounds like you were the right hand man for her anyway. So yeah. So all right. And Pat, how about you? Have you been has anyone let you down recently? What happened?
My brother, he let me down last week because we had his birthday party, and he promised me to bring his girlfriend to see me also, but he didn't bring his girlfriend to see me.
Okay. So you have not met his girlfriend yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And how about you, Victor? Has anyone No, wait, Khalid. I've already asked you, Victor. Khalid, has anybody let you down recently?
Recently, just before I think 2 hours, I was in the Fairplane class, before Europe class. We talking. The class was about the stereotypes. We mentioned a lot of stereotypes about Japanese, about the American and the France, the Italian people. So then I asked the teacher about what he think about the Arab people. So he answered with polite answer. He mentioned some country, it's okay. But then the classmate, Fairplane classmate, she's answering with he let me down because she started talking about the Muslim women's that they wear al-hijab. You know al-hijab, but we call it al-hijab.
Yeah,
the clothes that cover the Muslim girls. So she started talking about this is not. She started give her opinion about this. She's not stereotypes. Something like so. She's let me down, and then I asked her, please don't. You should respect our religion, and this is not because this is not this this is something is Islam, but some rules, so we should respect the religion. And so at the end, the teacher in the discussion, and so because I don't know, sometimes you should be more polite when you talk about the culture, about the religions, and because some people is really sensitive about this thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I can totally understand that. Because people get certain ideas about other cultures, but they don't really, how do I say it? They really don't know what they're talking about. So,
yes.
So yeah. Yeah, because I had the good pleasure of tutoring a lady from Syria when I was in Finland, and we had the most wonderful conversations about. We talked about Islam and Christianity, and there's a lot of similarities between.
Yes, a lot of similarities. It's you know the source is the same source, you know. All of things, come from the God, so there's a lot of similarity. Yeah. There's some similarity.
Yeah, it was fascinating. It was really fun to communicate.
And also, I think
we're still Facebook friends. So
I think all the Christians also they were, I don't know, in the 19 or the 18. It's there some Christian wearing something like hijab, you know. But it's the world has changed. Also in Muslim countries now, there's a lot of women's don't wear a hijab, and we are in the modern age, and whereas the women is should be work or something like this, so it should be more liberal and
yeah. There's a lot of variations in all the religions, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one. What do you think? Let's see. Who do I ask first? Victor. Do the police in your country let petty criminals off with just a warning? And first of all, do you know what petty criminal? Does everyone know what a petty criminal is?
Not important.
Because not important.
Yeah, so light, maybe a pickpocket or a
speeding.
Speeding, jaywalking,
driving without seatbelts.
Yeah, in some countries, yeah. So how about Victor?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes they let petty criminals off with just a warning, and sometimes they just don't pay attention on such things.
Okay. Question in Russia, do they do the police accept bribes? Is it normal?
They do. It's not normal, but you can deal with them sometimes.
Okay. That way,
it's up to them. Yes, they can decide.
Okay, whether they want to do that or not.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat. Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, Anna, you're going to say something. Araceli, did you have a question?
No, only my opinion in this case. Today, the police put a lot of fines in Spain.
Oh, really?
or in my region, because before that, I live in a village. For park your car, never put a fine. However, today they put a fine for Chile question. The fine is expensive because a fine for park a car could be 200 euros.
Wow! And is this illegal parking? So it's parking in an area the cars should not be there, or?
No. In the village, for park in the street, but no illegal parking.
Okay, so it's because they have. Why would they get the fine? Because they haven't paid the fee, or?
I don't understand.
Because a lot of times, at least in the cities I've been into, you have to pay to park.
In the capital, there are most of the place where you have to pay for park in the street. It's called blue zone. Blue zone, and you have to pay a ticket each 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Then there are other kind of parking underground, but it's really you have to pay for it. But in the street, in a village, a small village, where isn't a prohibited zone, it's really problem. It's a really problem.
Yeah.
because the government wants a lot of money.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Have you heard that, Araceli? The people are getting charged to park in free parking places?
Yes, it's very common. I was asking Anna where does she live. For example, here in Madrid, we have been paying a lot of money to, I mean, downtown, every street, the parking slots were like painted in different colors. So it depends if the color of the lines on the street is white, you can park and it's free. But if it's blue, you can park for maybe for an hour and you have to pay not too much money, maybe 1 or 2 euros, it depends. And if it's green, it's like if you live in the area, you are going to get a special car and you pay annually a year. You pay
Okay.
an amount of money and so you can park. And if you don't live in the area, you have to pay a lot. It's more expensive to park in the street on a green area than maybe in a private parking,
Really?
which is underground, and you have somebody looking for your car, and so it's very stupid because the problem was here in Madrid, especially, was that a few years ago, the the mayor of the city decided to get a lot of money from this, and so he painted every street, because before it was okay because some areas in the downtown are very crowded and people need to park to do certain things, so you pay an amount of money and then you go to the bank or you make something and then you come back and you leave the place for the next person, so it's not so bad, this system. But he was painting every street in the city, not only downtown but every street, and there were many streets where nobody was parking, there were no parking problems, but they were painted in green, so nobody could, the residents had to pay. And we, for example, if you were visiting a friend, you couldn't go in your car because you had to pay maybe 5-10 euros to stay there for a couple of hours. So it was really, people were very angry, and people were, these machines who were used to get the tickets, there are machines on the streets. People were pulling them out and breaking them. There were a lot of problems with that. So finally, after 4 years like that, the city council decided to take the machines out, and people were like, "Wow, we won this battle against them," because they just wanted money.
Yeah. Wow. You don't hear about these kind of issues unless this type of topic comes up. That's interesting. So, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody here for your time and attention. For those of you who are in, you two in Spain, Merry Christmas. And the rest of you, happy holidays, since you don't celebrate Christmas. So I guess probably tomorrow morning at this time you guys will, I guess, do you celebrate Christmas on the 24th as well, Araceli? Or do you start on the 25th?
No, but we start on Christmas Eve, so.
Oh, Christmas Eve, okay.
More or less.
Okay, so have a great Christmas. All right, and thank you all for your participation, and I hope you learned something new and just had a wonderful chance to practice speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Happy Christmas.
Bye.